Here is the continuous text messages exchange with me and Hunter Gertz from Piranha Logistics. Here's the $69 I put it for my own money for the fuel, and eventually he reimbursed me. Over here, it was the map for Python going from Phoenix. The DF was running really low, and it was around 30 miles. He said it would be fine and just to keep going. There's pictures of malfunctioning, and I was trying to get help for it. He just wanted me to drive. He said it'll be fine, and he said on the phone that it'll just go 5 miles an hour. It'll be just nothing will happen. I was worried because it was the hills, and I didn't know what was gonna happen to the truck engine. He said there will be nothing. It will be just great. He kept pushing me to eventually he wanted me to disconnect the battery. So I put 2.5 gallons from the blue lift container. If this is a 10-gallon tank, this should be up to a quarter, like right here. And it's still on empty. Unless is there something else like a reserve, which I doubt it. But I don't know. It's like that. I put one container in, it's still like that. This is the logical mindset that I can't understand. He spent over $50 on 5 gallons of DEF. He only put 2.5 when he could have got, for half the price at a gas station if he cared. Also, I had to drive close to 200 miles, 192 miles from Python to Gallup because, he said it will be fine, nothing will happen, till eventually, the engine just started giving up and it started to derate. Also, at Python, he wanted me to disconnect the batteries and see if the system resets. Here it is at 25%, and I could only go 5 miles an hour till I had to get a motel room, which, they actually paid for. The guy me was 4.5 miles away. I had to walk back and forth. They were absolutely ridiculous people. It's like they wanted to hurt me nonetheless. I mean, this was my experience in the first couple of days with Piranha Logistics. So I just got gas. I filled it up to full. And over here, it's the red one just came on right there. The red engine, and it's beeping. It's beeping non-stop instead of just once every couple minutes. I mean, this is bad, I think. I don't know. And that was a video message for Hunter. When I said once every couple minutes, miles before that, it was beeping non-stop for a couple minutes, and he said it's just fine to not worry about it. Open the window, put on some music or something like that. I mean, they're absolutely ridiculous people. They're very careless and reckless. Just more gas receipts of text message and pictures I had to send to Hunter to get reimbursed. I had to use my own debit card in order to have fuel in the truck for it to run. I'm here in back of the TA. As you can see, that's where the garage is. And here's the truck. It's parked here. This is the back of the TA area. So when you come around, you can just pull up to the back, and I left adequate space right here. You can pull the truck back to back, and we can get to doing. There is no tank on that blue DEF. Here, let me show you. This is for Jake and Hunter, by the way. See, it took it apart. It's sitting right over there in that area, in that bay. I'm gonna bring it over here. Just put it right around here. At the end, I guess we could put it at the end of the truck, the back of the truck when we're done. But yeah, this is how it looks, and I'm in the back, behind Bay 3. As far as other people's items and goods, we had to transport it back to back from the budget truck to the Penske truck, from the back of the truck, lift gate to lift gate with the lift gate up, and it took us around 6 hours, and a couple things broke and got damaged. I mean, anyone that transports, that logically speaking, percentage of things being broken goes up in doing so. Here are, in Virginia, I sent him pictures of the tires. It had a nail or screw rather. It wasn't too bad. I was just worried, and I was, trying to be detailed about it. Some tables got scratched for a customer in Phoenix. Is this how you made it? It's very tight over here. That's tight, but look, it's like a couple inches, like 6 inches decrease in height. Is that how it's supposed to be? It's very tight though. It's sturdy. I check it every so often. This couple 100-pound stove was on the back of the lift gate. He forgot to put it in at last minute at 12 a.m. we had to put it on the back of the truck. He did, and he strapped it, and we just kept the lift gate kept falling down a couple times. I had to lift the lift gate up and readjust it. And here I am noting how through Cash App, instant fee transfer, I lose like a couple dollars every transfer for his fuel that he should be responsible of. And he started getting angry, upset and he gave me an attitude. And I said, I can ask about the extra funds, which I never really did. I wasn't any cheap, and I feel like I was being used. And then he talks about, how I should drive 700 miles a day, and how I'm basically, he kind of suddenly called me bitch, a coward, and how I actually violated a contract, which the first day or 2 days I was behind because of his negligence on the budget truck, and how the DEF derated the engine, and he kept blaming things on me, which in fact he and Piranha Logistics were responsible of. To drive over 1,000 miles each day takes over 12 hours. I'd say 17 or 18, maybe even 20. And here's bragging about it, and calling me indirectly calling me names, and how I'm averaging a low amount based on on his failures. This is where I just got so aggravated, and I told his so-called partner Jake that I was just thinking about taking a plane ride home. I kind of figured he wasn't going to pay me the $4,000 that he owed me. I kind of started to sense it, and his behavior that day. I drove like 200 some miles, and I just didn't want to drive him. I was so angry. I felt like calling him and yelling at him and arguing with him. But I was like, what is the point? He's illogical. He doesn't make sense. So I gave it a rest, and then next year I drove like close to 600 something miles. 20 hours a day, you lose sleep, you might get in an accident, you're endangering other people's lives. And he talks about he doesn't have fatigue. He's in a good athletic, standpoint, but there's no excuse for anyone to drive 20 hours a day when he, makes mistakes, and I got to make up for his mistakes. And boom, 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 get it done. Yeah, boom, 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 get it done, and don't sleep. And here it is, just mispronouncing, mistyping my name, just a backhand slap in the face. That's Hunter for you.